What's going on, HCL fans? It's Gordon Sine here, coach of your Washington Archons, bringing you the Week 2 Recap podcast. I'm joined by co-founder of the league, Mr. CogSentient, DrSomnia, EpicMic, jdsmall, and the Czar. What's going on, guys?
Every time you do the intro, you sound like a nub.
Woof.
Watch Mojo.
Yo,
Hey, what's up, Watch Mojo
Nation? What it be? What it boo?
Top 10 battles. Number all of them. These.
Number all of them. Cog.
What is wrong with us?
Number 10.
That's week 1, Cog.
Number 10.
We said
Can't
top 10 battles, not top 10 battles of week 2.
Okay, everybody shut up. So, speaking of End Solar, Cog, first battle here, Kangit versus End Solar. So we see the Garchomp, Azu, Garbodor, Golem, Mega Medi. Is that Mega Medi? Yeah. Yes, Mega Medi. And Snorlax for End Solar. Meanwhile, Kangit brought Primeape, Rabombi, Kecleon, Toxapex, Hydreigon, and Zoroark.
Kangit brought Toxapex. Everybody out.
Yo,
Thank God he didn't bring Bussy, though.
I haven't watched this battle. I didn't know he brought Hydreigon and Zoroark. Both are my little boys.
Yeah.
Hydreigon is now yours as well, isn't it?
Yes,
because
now I own
Kangit is obviously the stall master of the season.
Okay. Haha, funny jokes.
Funny meme.
All right, so the first turn, I'm very surprised that he wanted to get a
First
Rocks,
turn is
considering how
fantastic.
Rocks didn't really do anything for him.
And the berry had, just...
Well,
Yeah,
see, he
First-
had...
turn is fantastic.
Yeah, first turn's a little
Go on.
weird. Barry did absolutely nothing, but
But the Sturdy saved him.
Sturdy
It crits
saved-
him and gets the Spadef drop. It's fantastic.
Yeah, he gets up the rocks though, which I get him wanting to get because if Golem does go down, he can go right into Garbodor, scaring Rabombi out, and then Rabombi has to come back in on rocks. So
Yeah, smart play. Plus the
That's the only thing
defense.
that's really doing. So
yeah, but it stops a potential Rabombi sweep. It stops one of the biggest threats that Kanga brought this week. Or Kanga.
Yo, I
brought
just
in.
love
And if he
after
didn't
like
go
him
for that,
losing because he didn't
go
have
for the equipment,
priority.
You could just follow up with a rock type attack.
Yeah, I just love that since he lost because he didn't have priority, he brought both Fake Out and him Bullet Punch on his Mega Medicham.
Yeah. But Kanga gets up the webs, but just look, and that's actually pretty big for him. However, his team just isn't that fast, so it's like the webs didn't do too much. Like it slowed down things, but not everything got slowed down enough, in my opinion.
And also, most of his team did have priority.
Hooray,
with
he slowed
Aqua
down
Jet and Bullet
Snorlax
Punch.
into Zoomeril. That's gonna help.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
we're happy for this.
Yes, primarily it does bring down the Garchomp and Mega Medi into range where that Hydreigon will be able to outspeed and give very powerful.
yeah.
That's the only reason it's there, I think.
Yeah, Garbodor unfortunately gets burnt by the Scald early game, basically stopping it from doing anything to that Toxapex. However, on a Mega Medicham, he goes into Rabombi on rocks and then gets faked out. I'm assuming he's sacking it? Cause yeah, then just gets gets faked out, rocks damage, bullet punch gone. I don't know. It seemed like a weird
Top 10
play.
Pokemon I do not want to be. Number 1, that Rabombi.
Seriously. But then Kecleon comes in, goes for the Shadow Sneak. Not going to be enough. And but it is going to prevent the high jump kick. And Mega Medicham is going to go down by its own.
By himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
It-
man.
God, that's
In
the
real-
best use of Protean we've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
too
this-
bad he didn't get the kill because he
Deserved
technically
it.
he got the kill, but like the Mega Medicham killed
Yeah,
itself.
It was a good play. It was definitely well read. And
Yeah.
he definitely didn't deserve a kill. But,
I mean, it does put him in range of the crash, so it all works. It all works out.
All right.
Yeah, it's loses
Notable
out on a kill, but you know.
Notable things: he didn't bring out Garchomp once.
Oh, and then I'm not sure where you guys are at. Primeape doing what Primeape die in one turn. I think both weeks King gets brought Primate, and he has
It's been
died.
one shot.
He's died first turn both weeks.
Yep. He switches out into it,
Did you-
takes the Earthquake from a +2 Snorlax. It's
And-
not getting
Yeah,
up from
it
there.
didn't do anything
once
that
the
match.
Snorlax just set up on the Kecleon, there was just nothing that Kanget could do.
Man,
Okay,
that
I'm
Hydreigon
so
sounds
confused on this Kecleon set because it's Shadow Sneak. It's got Dark Pulse, however, so it's mixed with Toxic. It just very confused. The thing gets knockoff. You didn't need Dark Pulse.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
when you got that
weird.
flinch chance.
Primate, he can make the most out of his physical investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And so it looks like Ensolar got the crit comeback again. Like he got the crit revenge from first game against
Maybe
that
it's just to scare
Tox
off
effect.
psychic types.
Huey, holy hell. This thing eats half of his team.
Yeah.
You do not mess with Huey.
By the way, I think the Dark Pulse that was in
Oh.
Zoroark.
You're right. I wasn't
Yeah, because
paying attention.
I remember sitting in chat talking like, we know that's Zoroark because it didn't say.
Oh shit! You got bamboozled. You got bamboozled.
You know I haven't been watching the battles in a bit. This one was done 2 seconds after week 1 ended, so
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was from a while ago.
needed a little bit of a refresher. Anyway, Ensolar taking a solid 3-0 win, just showing can get the quote unquote master of stall isn't so much the master people made him out to be.
Can't get lost.
Well,
First game goes
kind
like
of
130
concerned.
things.
Stall
thing
doesn't
goes
work when you have a
20.
+2 Snorlax.
Well, I'm kind of concerned because this was decided to only bring one of his Stally Thickmons. If it's a loss, that means every game after this, he's going to have a lot of motivation to make them last as long as possible.
Yeah, and the biggest counter to actually his stall mods is the Mega Medi because it deals damage to Toxapex and
We'll see.
And
Blissey, yeah.
Blissey.
And now that Mega Metachim's out of the way, we all have a rough
He's free
time.
to just stall all night long.
Actually, how many of us do play Kanget? It's all of you except me. You guys are all in the same conference. You're
Yep.
all in Moon. Wow.
Yep.
No, I don't think I'm in the same conference as Cog.
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
different division, same conference.
No, you're in the same division as Kanget.
No, Cog's in the same division as Kanget. JD is in the same division as Mike, which is the other division.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But they're in the same conference. You're both in Moon.
Yep. I fight Cog week 4, and then I followed up with Kanget.
Anyway.
Oh, we fight next week.
You better break that stall, Doc.
Anyway, one of the more interesting battles, newcomer versus newcomer battle, new to draft league versus new to draft league, Alyssa versus Bowser. And you can definitely tell in this battle that both players are newer to draft format and things. However,
To the experience, to the format.
yeah. Bowser definitely did a good job, though, again, of preserving that type null, knowing how bulky it can be. I think one of the issues Alyssa had early game was just not having something to really deal massive damage to that Spiritomb. Obviously, Gardevoir could have been an option on that thing. But yeah, she was just taking a lot of damage early, trying to find answers, making many switches.
Not to mention getting burned early. That didn't really help.
Yep.
It didn't
You saw the
help.
Will-O-Wisp when it went
Especially
for
on
the Crobat.
Garchomp.
It didn't help, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, but luckily she did have opportunities to deal with that.
with aromatherapy, exactly. And Meganium's aromatherapy really helped with that. Now, the one issue I have is Alyssa all battle did not mega her Garchomp, which would have upped the attack by 40 points. It would have been huge.
The attack and the defense.
Yeah. It would have been really helpful against things like the type null. But yeah, there's certain plays that I just didn't quite understand. Like ice beaming the type null instead of going for a stab move. or quick, they're just certain plays that didn't make too much sense to me. But again, Alyssa's learning.
She doubled into Terrakion.
Yeah, she goes into Terrakion though on the Rotom later to get up those rocks, which, in all honesty, even though they were both still on 6 Mons, we're on turn 26, and Alyssa needs Terrakion around to deal out damage. Late game rocks didn't have that much an effect anymore, because Terrakion was a big counter to Rotom and type Null. She should have probably just attacked the Rotom, in all honesty. That way she preserved the Terrakion instead of going down. Those rocks didn't help out too much. Slowbro did become a bit of an issue for Bowser, but again, not too much.
Since it was toxic and was like getting whittled down.
Yeah.
And type Null was just basically able to outstall a lot of things on Alyssa's team, except for Gardevoir, which was eventually able to come in, but it also got toxic, and Meganium just never got an opportunity to it did get an aromatherapy off. Never mind. It did get one. And Bowser got rid of those late game rocks with that rapid spin, and then Alyssa just sacks off the Meganium to the Serena. Now, this play is very interesting, because Alyssa goes into Garchomp and goes for Fire Fang on the Serena, and if she Mega'd, I wonder how much more damage that would have killed. Would it have?
It probably would have killed.
It looks like it.
It would not have. Okay,
I'm gonna
Fire Fang will not do more than double the damage if it's Garchomp versus Mega Garchomp. But combined with the rough skin, it might just enough.
It did
even
42,
then, it would have been.
So how much bulk? Let me get it to a bulky enough set where it's doing.
Well, even then, it's basically a blessing in disguise, because she's able to come in with Crobat and immediately roost back up.
That's true. Yeah, Mega
After
Garchomp
Rocky-
actually wouldn't have changed that much.
I think after Rocky Helmet, it would have died.
Mega Garchomp actually wouldn't have changed that much, and it would have done like 10% more damage. Maybe 16, I think, at most, if she got a high roll. But yeah, that Crobat being able to set off free roost is really nice. And we get to this late game portion where Alyssa still has a chance. Gyarados comes out, misses the Stone Edge on the Gardevoir switch, and then Gardevoir is able to fire off a Thunderbolt. So now it's a 2v2 situation. However, this Mega Lopunny is able to fake out the Gardevoir, and Gardevoir is just at way too low of health to do anything else. Also, Crobat not having a flying type move as well. Something like an acrobatics on that berry. That something I really didn't think about during team prep. I prepped some other. My thought process was I had other things to counter Lopunny, and Crobat was countering other things that he was bringing, and I didn't think that Crobat could have been an easy option to just slap that on since it had the berry. Just something Alyssa and I both missed. Would have been nice, because it would have gotten to a point where it would have been Crobat versus Spiritomb, and with Roost there was a chance with that acrobatics that Alyssa actually could have won. I don't know how much it was doing to Spiritomb. Cross Poison wasn't doing that much, but if she kept roosting, then acrobaticsing, she had a chance. However, he could have Will-O-Wisp and got the burn, so, it would have been weird. It could have been down to a 1-0, though. It could have been down to a 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 2-0 for Bowser. Still, Alyssa's doing a lot better than she did week 1. Still learning, and I'm sure she's going to get a win. Still guaranteeing that win within the next few weeks, my friends. Guarantee it.
Probably this week.
Hopefully.
Is she facing Cog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
Yep, she's gonna win. She's gonna win.
Guarantee win.
Battle of the people I've mentored.
Battle of
I'm
the
gonna need everybody's
Suns.
help. Everybody give me your power. We must charge the Spirit Bomb.
So then...
HDL Nation, Len Cog.
God damn it, Czar.
HDL Nation. No, Name Raider Nation.
Anyway,
Oh no.
our
That's my
next
side
battle
of the
was
bargain.
between Fish and Flapjack, and this was an interesting one because Flapjack got the first 6-0 of the season, so everybody's like, "Ooh, how good is Did I say Flapjack got the first 6-0?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't screw up. Hooray! Flapjack got the first 6-0, but then people were like, well, how good is that? Because Golem didn't play his best game. He probably played one of his weaker games against Flapjack. So it's like, how good was that win, really? Let's see how he does against second place Fish to really judge how Flapjack is. And, you know, he played a better game than I was honestly expecting. It was a close game.
The first two turns are funny.
The first two turns, yeah.
I
Both
just,
setting
like-
up rocks, and then Fish going for Psychic, putting Lando in range of its life orb, and but it kills Azelf with U-turn, making a 5-5 game on turn 2. Just very interesting. But then Flapjack actually makes a smart choice in who to go out to next. He actually gets the initiative because Fish goes out into Drift Blim while Flapjack goes out into Mega Sableye. Mega Sableye is now free to basically set up a Calm Mind, but T-Tar is going to come out, and there's not much Sableye can really do against Mega T-Tar. It's free to just Dragon Dance, and Dazzling Gleam did 23% at +1. So yeah, T-Tar's just free to Dragon Dance on this thing, and it kind of turns into a situation last week where where Flapjack was setting up, now it's Fish just setting up, and not much Flapjack can really do about it.
That Explode. Poor Explode right there.
That Explode didn't deserve to die.
That X-Cloud didn't deserve to die. I am curious on why
Can we just talk about what
why
happened?
Flapjack
Cloud
went for another
deserved
Calm
to
Mind,
die.
though.
I don't know why he went for another comment. Maybe he thinks. I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to.
Well, maybe he my voice just cracked. Maybe he expected another Dragon Dance or something. I
That's
don't know.
true.
But then switching out immediately was weird to me.
I think he wanted to preserve it.
Yeah.
But can we talk about what happens a bit later on when he brings out his?
But the rocks were already up, so he was probably hoping to defog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? What's his Hoopa Unbound? Can we just talk
yeah.
about that exchange that I think is just unfortunate on Flapjack's end? You hitting him with the hyperspace theory and then stealing Tentacruel's black sludge.
Black sludge.
Mhm.
Oh god.
Because a magician.
And who said magician was a bad ability?
That says magician.
Who said it was a good ability?
There we go.
True. I was gonna say eyes do.
Now
I'm a
it
fan
was
of
good
magician.
pl-
I'm usually
I
a
will
fan
say it was good
of
prep on
fun
Flapjack's.
Hoopa Unbound sets with it.
Sorry.
No, go for it, Doc.
Yeah. I'm a fan of Magician. I'm a fan of really fun, gimmicky Hoopa Unbound sets. And seeing Air Balloon Hoopa Unbound is very nice. And unfortunately, he had one of the worst possible exchange. And the insult to the injury is that he's sub Hoopa Unbound. So he's just losing HP turn after turn after turn. And there's just nothing he can do about it anymore.
I will say the taunt was a really nice bring, that sub taunt set. It helped stop the Shell Smash from Turtonator. But it just got to a point where T-Tar could just live any hit really and just keep killing things. Or put him in range.
T-Tar put in so much work for Fish this game.
Yeah, Mega T-Tar was really tough for Flapjack to break. Now, he does get Pirouette form, but Drift Blim's still alive, so it's not really going to matter. Ghost type, but Knockoff. Flapjack also reveals he brought Knockoff. Killing the Drift Blim, which is really nice, but Turtonator now, knowing it can live literally any hit, is just free to hit Flamethrower and just basically kill everything. Sableye went down to rocks, and then Klefki could do nothing else. And that was the game. 3-0 win for Fish. Fish showing why he was second last season. And still pretty solid play from Flapjack, having to go up against somebody in second place, getting it down to a 3-0, whittling away at that T-Tar. But definitely shows that Flapjack needs a little more experience in order to counter some of these bigger threats. Now, going to our next match, we had Czar versus Roger.
Yeah.
Czar, you want to talk about your match a little bit?
Yeah, I'll just going into prep, I actually, okay. My big thing is he had a lot of physically bulky.
Czar.
Yeah.
Czar.
Okay,
Well,
it's not just me who's cutting out. I'm missing him as well.
Oh,
Rossi
wow.
had a lot of physically bulky mons.
Yeah. So like Mega Steelix is terrifying. So I decided, all right,
Oof.
yeah. But so I decided, I'm gonna try bring a little bit of,
Spicy tech.
well, not necessarily spicy tech, but I'm gonna bring Special Inferno. And that, if you just watch about, it plays big dividends for me.
Yeah, turn
It's like
4
the
gets
shortest
the
battle of
nasty
the league.
plot, and then bopped,
Yeah, turn forward, click
Bopped.
nasty plot.
bopped, bopped.
I
Yeah.
think the only way you can get shorter than
All
this
the way
battle
to-
is someone sets up turn 1 and then proceeds to sweep for the next 6 turns.
Or
Hey,
just
my-
sweeps turn 1.
Hey,
Yeah.
my buddy
How
had
can one?
a league where he clicked belly drop third pop turn 1 and
Yeah. It was very unfortunate for Rossi.
yeah, it's just a matter of there's no,
Yeah, there was no counter.
and that's what I talked to him after the match. He's like, I just didn't expect.
Yeah.
But also, like, he wanted to run Trick Room with Reuniclus, and a lot of the stuff on his team was min speed. Whimsicott, for one. If Whimsicott just had some speed investment, it outsped an O-Code Infernape with, like, Psychic, Dazzle.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky that he was because I was actually scared of Trick Room.
Yeah, obviously.
but
Week 1
yeah.
was that Mega Sharpedo sweep.
Yeah, exactly. But I was actually really, I'm really fortunate looking back.
Yeah.
Did try running.
Obviously, I have you at number 1 in the power rankings right now and everything, but I really, it's tough because we haven't seen we really haven't seen full game great play out of you yet.
Yeah, I know, and I'm aware.
This game you got set up in you set up turn 4 and then just swept. The other game against Mike, he had one. He kind of was outplaying you. Then he has one misplay, and you're able to sweep. You really haven't had a team win. And we haven't
I know.
seen that yet. So I'm
I'm
hoping to
If
see
you want to
your.
be fair in this battle, I still think Rossi possibly would have lost if, like, let's say he
Oh, yeah.
did he have Mach Punch on the conch?
Yeah, which I don't know why he didn't click, but
So
I think
Again.
I think he remember. I remember he said he sent you he sent you his set, and I believe I remember you saying he had Mach Punch on his conch.
Yeah, he did. It just he was put in a position where he didn't really have an option, unfortunately, because Infernape didn't get put into Mach Punch range till it basically destroyed his team. So,
But even then, he didn't click Mach Punch.
Why does
yeah.
Conk get Mach Punch and
Which is the
Crabomb
depressing part.
doesn't?
oh my god, Cog.
because conch is way faster than Crabominable.
Yeah, but it doesn't have. It's always holding on to the giant pieces of cement. How does it punch things? It's like,
No, it just uses it punches with the cement. It's just like
that's not
punches them
punching.
with the
That's
cement.
hitting.
That's hitting.
Cog,
If you use a baseball
Cog is
bat,
out
you're
here
not
asking-
punching the baseball. You're
technically you're using the baseball bat to punch the baseball.
no,
Yeah.
you're not
Hit.
punching. You hit it with the baseball bat.
But
You don't
it's-
punch it with the baseball bat. That's not how.
Hold on.
things
The
work.
definition of punch: strike with the fist. There you go.
Exactly.
What is a baseball
And
bat?
how do you
Comes
hold,
to
how do you hold the
carrying the
baseball? How do you
dangerous
hold the
burden.
baseball in a fist? You hold the baseball bat with a fist.
Yeah,
What
but
is
is
a
the
baseball
baseball
bat
getting
but a
hit with the
large
fist or
fist?
the bat, Mick?
I know.
Okay, so I just want to
If
interject just
anything,
for
you're
one.
punching the bat.
I just want to interject for one thing. The stone pillars aren't connected to Conch's fist. He could easily drop them and just punch.
But there is
Why
no
are we
animation
talking
where
about
he drops
this?
them.
I'm sorry, we only talk about the real issues on this show.
We get
Wow.
to the real
What's
shit.
abominable is a
Yeah.
giant crab with boxing gloves. It's
All right, leave it in the comments. Who do you think would win a race? A crab with boxing gloves or a weird man-like stress reliever doll
Weird
with
clown.
steel beams.
I'm still convinced that the way Whooper punches is that it has a limb that grows out of its side.
Or
Only
a
when it
flame
punches.
monkey.
Hey,
Or
I'm
a
pretty.
flame monkey.
Yeah, flamethrower. Wait, flamethrower. Did
That's
you
a
have
flame
jet?
monkey.
Did you have jet fuel in that Infernape?
Oh God, what is this? 2012?
Anyway,
Because you know what they said. No, I'm kidding.
Wait,
Uh,
2012?
Colin versus Mick.
Hey, that's my battle.
Yeah.
Mick, want to talk about it since it's your battle?
It's my battle.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little bit scared because he did have a bit of bulk in like Tangrowth, Donphan, and Licky Licky. Heatran was also kind of an issue in my eyes, but so what I originally thought of doing was getting my Stealth Rocks right away up because the chip would be really useful, especially against a Scolipede. But then I failed to realize that Greninja has so much coverage, and I lose my Seismitoad right away, and that's sort of bummer.
Now, before the viewers see the rest of this battle, would you like to
Here.
apologize for
It's a
what you did
podcast.
with that Clefable?
Doc, it's a podcast. They hear the rest of the battle. They don't see it.
Well, I just want to apologize for the way I used Clefable, because man, am I a son of a bitch for the way I used Clefable.
This battle would have been a lot more entertaining if you guys trash talked and kidnapped each other's grandpas.
But most of the first battle ends up a lot of switching around, a lot of like predictable plays from both parts, and it gets interesting when I send out my Clefable against. Oh wait, no! Before that, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Colin wasted his Poisonium Z on Venusaur.
I think he thought it killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure that was a roll, but I was for sure.
You were max physical defense.
I was for
If you were
sure.
special defensive, that would have killed.
I was for sure thinking he was going to use it on Clefable, honestly.
And that's what I actually helped build with Colin.
You helped build Colin. So yeah, I was able to get rid of one of the bigger threats on his team right away.
Yeah, and the Poisonium Z. But
Yeah.
I think he saw it. He saw the Mega Venusaur in front of him and was like,
So yeah,
It's gotta go.
after that whole debacle, I just sat with Clefable, stored Cosmic Power, stored power Clefable, tap soft boiled, Magic Guard, so you can't toxic me.
All right, we're not gonna Mick. I know
I
you
know.
want to go turn by turn, but this battle lasted 79
Not
turns.
as bad as the last one, though. It's not as bad as the last one. The
Yeah, one
difference is
question I wanna-
Mick has been the common thread in both.
Mick has played 208, a total of 208 turns in 2 battles, averaging 104 turns a battle.
Why did you do the math on this?
Because I had to know. We had a battle that lasted 10 turns, and Mick is averaging 104.
honestly, with my first 2 weeks, I'm averaging. Mick is averaging 1.
Czar?
Yo,
Cutting out again, my dude.
I'm cutting out my B.
No worries.
All I was saying is that I think I'm averaging. Mick is averaging 104.
I don't know. My question is,
Czar
I
just keeps. I'm sorry, Czar. It just keeps going. I'm averaging. And Mick is averaging 104.
Czar, I'd like you to realize your team has the alternative is that you make full usage of Sylveon and Celesteela, and I don't want to live in that reality.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen his core really play the way it should be.
No.
Celesteela, Kyurem Black, and Sylveon, the Steel Fairy Dragon Core, hasn't even really needed to do anything.
Yeah.
Fire Water Grass Core has done some work.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, not my battle though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mick absolutely destroys Colin at this point. Colin only getting 1 kill being on turn 1, and then Colin getting 1 kill on turn 1, and then losing 5-0.
Can we just talk about that freeze on Tangrowth though?
Just the insult to injury.
Creel's
I
talk
don't want
about-
to talk about this battle anymore. It makes me
Creel's
sad.
talk about
I don't want
our-
to look at it anymore.
Aren't you happy you're not battling me this season?
No, because now it's been passed to Colin. Now Colin stalls. Here, wait, we can figure this out. We can figure out who's going. Well, yeah, we can figure out who stalls for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Hey, at least I'll admit to stalling, and I won't be ashamed by it.
Okay, but
Colin-
our next battle, so it can't be too bad.
This battle, like going into it, I was scared because I didn't prep as much as I wanted to. Like I remember, So before I joined call, I just got done finishing my sets. Like tell Cog that I'm ready to battle. So I was really crunched for time. So do we have it all open?
I actually, real quick, just realized something. Colin plays Kanget, so it may be a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing of stall. Kanget stalls Mick stalls Colin stalls Kanget.
They both have regenerator mods too.
But yeah, the JD versus Cog battle, I know going into this, Cog and I were really scared that you'd bring Shandy, and that was something we really prepped hard for.
That I was going back and forth with Shandy and Galvantula, and then I realized, okay, so this was my mentality in certain things. I was really scared you guys were gonna bring Trick Room Crabominable, because looking at my team, Crabominable does, especially the one I have right now, Crabominable does a lot of work, except for Tapu Fini and sort of Scizor, but like its fighting type move hits neutral on Scizor.
Yeah, but
So-
bullet punch.
Yeah.
But
Priority
bullet
punch.
punch.
Great.
Well, yeah. But it's neutral because fighting resist steel, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Anyways, I was trying to find a good way for my Crustle to sweep your team because the only things that outspeed my Crustle once it gets the Shell Smash up is Tapu Koko with Scarf and Chatot with Scarf. I outspeed max speed Tapu Koko with the set I have. So
Yeah. Now, one of the big plays was turn 4, or turn 3. You go into Scizor
shit.
and Coco clicks Wild Charge, almost killing Scizor. But then turn 4, Cog switches out. He outsped, could have clicked a Wild Charge there freely and would have been dead. But instead, turn 4, he switches and you go for Roost. You get back up to over 75% health and.
okay, so
See, the thing there with that, I was scared of what was it?
Bullet Punch.
The Bullet Punch. Yeah, Bullet Punch was terrifying there.
Yeah, Bullet
Like,
Punch, unless it gets a crit, does not because if you don't have any HP or defense investment, unless I get a crit, I don't KO your Tapu Koko with a base Bullet Punch.
Yeah, because it's neutral. It's
Yeah.
neutral.
That's fair.
And so I was, it really, okay. It kind of worked both ways because I realized as soon as Cog switched out that he wasn't calcing mid battle. And so I got a lot more lenient in terms of my plays.
Mm.
One thing I
should
needed
know
to
by
get.
now that I don't calc during battles.
You also got really greedy.
Yeah, I did. I should have went for knockoff. I was going back and forth between do I want to go knockoff or do I want to go
Nothing wrong with a little greed.
yeah.
Except for when you lose your sweeper because of.
Except for when it kills you, but
Well, I had another sweeper in the back. I was gonna use Mega Scizor as my early game sweeper, and if it gets taken out, then Crustle was gonna come in and
The boy Crustle.
yeah. The Crustle set. I think I switched it last minute because Mick and Somnia made a great point that I had 2 90% accurate moves, so I switched it last minute from Rock Slide to Earthquake, which I'm glad I did. If worst came to worst, then that definitely would have helped me because you brought 2 Mons weak to ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cog just
My
got put in
Discord put in
position.
a lot of work this battle, especially like when you lost speed on your skunk tank, because I'm pretty sure your skunk tank possibly outspeeds my Gliscor. Don't quote me on that.
Probably not.
Yeah, rocks were a major thing because there was a lot of calcs with my Gliscor and my Scizor where I like a 90% chance to OHKO, but if you get hit by rocks, it's a guaranteed OHKO, and so it's like
Yeah.
they did a lot of work. I also one thing I messed up on was I forgot to recalc my Celebi speed because I put metal plate on it instead of choice scarf.
What? Huh?
Oh,
Huh.
Okay,
meadow
okay.
plate, not metal plate.
Yeah, meadow plate.
Oh,
Okay.
I was very
Okay.
confused.
Wait, mental or metal? Did you say?
Meadow.
Meadow.
The grass
Meadow.
plate.
Oh.
Like Miracle Seed.
Yeah, like
Okay,
metal.
that makes a
Metal
lot
plate.
more sense.
Okay, because what happens was, if you didn't, obviously you brought physical Coco with Brave Bird, but if you didn't bring physical Coco, you can't OHKO me with Dazzling Gleam or Thunder, and you can't OHKO me with Heat Wave or Boom Burst from Chatot. And I 2-hit KO you with I OHKO you your Coco with a Leaf Storm, and I'm pretty sure I 2-hit KO your Chatot.
Mm.
So
Yeah, Cog unfortunately got worked into a position where he just couldn't really. He didn't have a win
I
column.
really had to prep for that Chandelure, which I did, and then you didn't bring it, so I'm just like, oh god. And
Yeah,
one thing I was
again,
worried about.
if you
the one
killed
thing I
that
was worried about
Scizor
was-
early game though, like in that turn 4, you would have had so much more momentum.
Though my Crustle at +2 goes with a Z Rock Wrecker, your Milotic at with Marvel Scale, max defense and max HP.
Jeez.
Yeah, Rock Wrecker is insane
Yeah.
at +2.
So nice 2-0 win for JD there,
Could have been
and
3-0. I should have just switched. I wasn't thinking differential, and I should have just switched into Tapu Fini, which had HP Electric.
oh fair.
Yeah, because that Tapu Fini was meant to 1v1 your Chatot and your Milotic.
makes sense.
Anyway, very nice battle. Now into the most surprising I'd say of the week.
Yep.
Somnia versus
Me.
defending
wait,
champ
I haven't
who's
seen
currently
this
on a
yet.
losing streak, Mike. And,
Yeah. So
I don't.
I think it's pretty obvious what to up against Mike. I signed a will. I kissed all my loved ones goodbye, and I stepped into the arena. Yeah, for this battle, there were some things that I absolutely could expect. He brings Incineroar, his Jirachi, his Vaporeon, and I'm so glad he brings my Mamoswine because I really wanted to bring Piloswine, and we could be buddies with that. And on top of that, he brings Mega Gardevoir and Raikou. And that gives me a lot to have to deal with. Raikou scares my Mega Gyarados. Vaporeon scares my Darmanitan. I've got a lot of things to worry
Does it,
about in
though?
this battle.
does it scare your Darmanitan?
9 times out of Darmanitan, I just kind of got lucky.
Yeah, that flare, it's crit
Yep.
turn 8. Oh.
Yeah.
Not coming up.
The battle starts out. We're both. I chatted with Mike after the battle. There's some, so I know a lot of what in the battle. For one, he and I were both very skeptical of what to lead with. I clicked a button and then I changed it to Darmanitan because I figured I didn't want my rocks up just yet. And luckily, he gives me the momentum by switching out turn 1, so I can just U-turn off of his Mamoswine immediately after.
I haven't seen this battle.
Yep. So turn 2, it's Oleon versus Vaporeon, and to my surprise, he's willing to stay in and just scald me. So that lets me get up my rocks and then go for a Toxic. And in addition to that, he didn't have Heal Bell, ultimately. So my Latios switches in, and it makes the seemingly obvious play of going for Psychic. One switch in until Jirachi later, and I'm forced to switch out. You might think that's because I was choiced. In fact, Psychic was my only attacking move. My other two moves on Latios were Light Screen, Reflect, and followed with Memento.
Wow.
This was Screens Latios. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy he worked. When it's the case, I'm gonna skip through a lot of this. When it's the case of Darm facing Jirachi, he takes a more defensive stance. And I'm just clicking Flare Blitz. I'm going to get that thing down. So he thinks to so he makes the obvious decision. Okay, I can switch into my Vaporeon, Wish Protect, and that's
the what?
Crit. That's when the crit happens. When he switches Vaporeon into a Flare Blitz from my Darmanitan.
Yeah. It is very unfortunate, obviously.
Kill him. Yep. The crit doesn't kill him, but combined with rocks and toxic damage, it puts him perfectly in range of dying to a second Flare Blitz. And that he didn't have. He may not have had a heal bell to heal off that toxic, but it would have been a very different game if he was able to wish himself back up and keep this thing as a general wall to Darmanitan. At this point in time, he's really only got one more wall to Scarf Darm, and that's his Incineroar, which he goes into then. He's got the Intimidate. Girder is able to deal with it with Knockoff and Drain Punch. I'm able to get his Jirachi down, but his Jirachi is also Wish Protect. So after the Protect, in which I just go for the... He's not switching into anything, and he's not letting this Jirachi just go back without making the right moves. I go into Piloswine. Piloswine then get a 1v1 scenario versus Mamoswine, and this is my favorite part of the battle.
It's my favorite too.
He throws a wish up, so he basically gets a free switch into Mamoswine, at which point it's just a matter of EQ Ice Shard. He clicks Knockoff EQ Ice Shard. And at the end of the day, Piloswine at 3% is still the winner.
Well, I just love the damage rolls, because you go for EQ, and you get, what do you get the first time? The first time you get
45.
You get a 44, then the second time
49%.
you get a 49, and so he lives on 1. But then he Ice Shards you, and you live on 3.
Yep.
And then he just kills.
Oh my word.
Then you just kill him. It was just damage roll, damage roll, damage roll. Oh.
It's a shame he didn't have Calm Mind on the cardboard, because he could have set up a lot on your Piloswine.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you want something more inventive, the next play happens. He switches in with his Trace Gardevoir, traces my Thick Fat, and doesn't Mega Evolve. So Ice Shard from my Piloswine does surprisingly little. And when I switch in Darmanitan, Flare Blitz has a chance to not kill if he doesn't Mega.
Yo,
so I just have to U-turn out of there.
Yo, Mike, when are we gonna have a Thick Fat Gardevoir tutorial?
There we go. Oh my word. My sentiments exactly. Almost. Yeah. At that point, he takes out Piloswine. He's taken out Piloswine at this. With him with finish off Gardevoir from its low HP with my Spadef and Polion, which is then revenge killed by Incineroar. This is where Mike had a bit of a question for me. I hard switch into, I do the switch in Gyarados to get the Intimidate drop, and then I hard out into Girder. He was confused why I did that, and the reason I did that was because he might be packing.
And
I
what?
just wanted to scout. If he was packing Thunder Punch on Incineroar, I wanted to know.
Oh, Cog and I ran that last season. Against Rozzie's Incineroar. The good time. Or against Rozzie's Gyarados, rather.
So he U-turns out with... And he U-turns out. It becomes a scenario of Eviolite Girder versus Calm Mind Raikou. A game I'm unfortunate for him able to win. Thanks to the combination of Drain Punch and Mach Punch, which, because of, again, high rolls on the second Drain Punch, I didn't actually get to show.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I just start clicking Drain Punch until Jirachi kills me, and I just click EQ for the game on Jirachi and Instant Aurora after rocks.
Honestly, you probably could have probably could have preserved differential by hard switching to Darm on Jirachi and made it a 4-0. To be fair, but
that is
be
true.
fair.
Resisted Moon Blast could have absolutely done it. Unfortunately, I wasn't willing to risk a crit.
fair enough.
Yeah, that was the entire.
I gotcha. Well,
Even so, I got a 3-0 against the champion. I'm feeling very happy.
yeah, now Mike sits at 0-2 with a -7 in differential.
Oof. That means that you're the new champion. Good job.
Hey.
You say that.
me?
Watch him get the 9-2
Actually, now you need to beat
with
Czar.
Exactly.
with at
first
least
being
half
champion.
being 6-0.
Isn't that this week?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't that week 3?
yo, next week we're gonna learn who the season 1 champion is.
Who the season 1 champion is? Is it Somnia or Czar?
All right, so this next battle was
Thank you for indulging me in the long play.
Okay. No worries. This next battle was me versus Evan. And so going into this battle, I was there were many things I was scared of. I now had to relook over Evan's team because there's something he didn't bring that I'm like, "Oh my god, why didn't he bring it?" And because I was insanely scared of it. Gotta now look at his team. Very professional, I know. Evan.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
HDL, known for their
Okay, here it
professionalism.
is.
Well, it's
Yeah,
going. I
okay.
just remembered one thing I do want to say.
expecting,
on
I rate nicknames.
I was there were a few things I was expecting, but I was shocked not to see Halucha at all. That was something that really surprised me. And I was also expecting to see Umbreon. That was another thing that surprised me. So no Umbreon and no Halucha meant better times for my team. So he leads with Bronzong, and I lead with Scarf Electivire, knowing I can basically fire off any attack I really want. And unfortunately, he does lead. Well, no, that was my thought process because I'm Scarf Electivire. Anything he goes into, I can fire off an attack if I want. However, he leads Bronzong, and I'm not about to find out if he's heat proof or levitate against my Electivire and take a bunch of damage. Because seeing this team, Magnezone dies to it, Beedrill dies to it, Weavile dies to it, Bulu can die to it, Bronzong can die to it if it's heat proof or levitate, and I know Mantine dies to it, obviously a wild charge. So Electivire basically can counter any mon on his team. And now it's just a matter of finding those opportunities to use those attacks to counter it. So in order to find out what he was, I go into Necrozma, which has Heat Wave, and I click Heat Wave, and it does 22%. And now I'm like, alright, he's heat proof. So he does Toxic me, but I'm just gonna go for a Calm Mind or two, basically just to chip this thing down. I just want Bronzong chipped down as much as possible. And he does eventually go into Mantine. Now, expecting a Weavile switch, I actually click no, I go for the Moonlight, that's right, and then I go for the Photon Geyser. I did not play it safe there. Okay, whatever. I basically go for Photon Geyser, which is doing a little more than he can recover, but not much. He loses 1 HP after a turn of Roost and everything. However, that last turn, he actually goes for a Scald and not a Roost. And so instead of letting me die to Toxic, he picks up the kill. But now Mantine's super low. Anyway, I go for a Wild Charge there with Electivire, knowing anything he switches into will take some damage. And I just switch back out since he goes into Bulu. And now I'm free to go Kamala to get rid of these rocks. And I end up bringing Grassy Seed. So I get a defense boost. And I could live 2 hits. I had a chance to live 2 hits from a Bulu with that defense boost and Rapid Spin away. The first one does a lot of damage. More damage than I was hoping. And he gets a high roll. And he does 48%. So he got the highest roll possible after I ran my calcs. Now, he needs to do 46%. So now he needs another super high roll to kill me. And I feel free to just Rapid Spin away these rocks. However, he crits, guaranteeing a high roll, super high roll of a crit, and Kamala goes down. I'm now put in a weird position where I have to deal with rocks, and basically I just want things dead. Because I'm already down 2 mons, I need things dead, I need differential going my way. So I go Cobalion here to scare this Bulu out, and I just go for the poison jab, knowing it's going to do the most damage. Mantine comes out, and I just go for the Stone Edge. I want that thing gone. I don't want it to have a chance of living. Mantine, the biggest wall right now, is dead. Now, he goes back into Bulu and goes for a superpower. However, it's not going to kill, and I'm able to kill with Poison Jab, especially because he lowers his defense. So, he loses Bulu for some damage, but I'm still at 30, but I'm at 26%, and then I get some life back from the grassy terrain. Now he is gonna go Weavile, and Weavile can just brick break and kill my Cobalion, so good play on his part. Cobalion though, picking up 2 kills in his final game on this team before next week, where he's going to Flapjack for one of Flapjack's mons in Klefki. But anyway, it's at this point where I have 3 Pokemon left, and I'm just gonna go Electivire, and I am going to click the Fire Punch button. Or, no, I clicked the Brick Break button. Fire Punch would have been the smarter play. But, anyway. Oh, wait, no, I think there was a chance it could have been a roll on Weavile or something. I think, like, at that health, it was a chance to be a roll. I don't remember. So I go Brick Break. He goes Bronzong. It doesn't really matter. It's heat proof. Fire Punch would have done much more. So I'm just going to hard switch into Volcanion, and, it basically comes down to a point where I just need to slowly chip away at Bronzong with Volcanion and let Volcanion go down. Because that's my only way to get